messing about, just going straight in. All of it, just be brave. It's a great idea to switch out the hygrophila for the rotala. Let me know what you think. So I wanted to show you how much plant matter I removed. Real-time maintenance session on my Dutch tank. There's quite a lot to do today. I'm going to thin out the Sagittaria first of all, which is this plant here. And it's actually starting to cut rooted, so I'm hoping it's not going to be too messy. I'm going to get my hands in there and pull it out. All of it, just be brave. And then separate the longest, most healthiest portions. And probably only plant, I don't know, probably only need 10 plants. There's probably about 100 there. Just going to take it all out, put it in the bucket, and then separate it and put it back bit by bit. Bucket here, swiping some water into the bucket to keep the Sagittaria wet, otherwise it will dry out and it will damage the plant tissue. So I use the opportunity to clean up the tank a bit as well. Quite a lot of shrimp in here, I can probably put 20 or so in the tank next to me. And plus I've got Escape Line 90 coming soon, so there's a shrimp for that. And snail, I've actually really enjoyed using snails lately. Ram's horn snails, really good for algae. Good for the beginning of a tank when it just stops the algae from getting going. It's like a preventative measure. So this is what a lot of Dutch is about. It's about removing and replanting as well as trimming, depending on the plant type obviously. Could arguably put a little bit more soil in there as well. The substrate is quite deep at the back, which is making planting easier, so that's 4 portions altogether. It's just going to make the tank look a bit deeper front to back because it was so dense you couldn't see behind it, so it just kind of brought the whole perspective, the whole depth of the tank much more forward, shallower front to back, so it's nice to have, just be able to see some light behind the plants rather than just having a wall of plant, especially because we've got the nice light ground. It's very therapeutic actually, it's really nice to get your hands wet, touch the plants, really enjoy using all the senses, you know, the sound of the trickling water. I've actually got some music playing in my left ear pod. I just keep one ear out just because I'm running a home with dogs and we get deliveries every day, and so I need to be aware of what's going on. But I do like to listen to music when I'm doing this sort of thing and chatting to you guys. It's almost like I'm just, well, it is, that's all I'm doing in my regular maintenance practice, but with the knowledge that some of you will be watching, hopefully enjoying it, maybe learning, maybe getting inspired, maybe laughing. I'm curious to know what you genuinely think to the Dutch style. If you do like it, great, let us know why. What is it about it that you like? If you don't like it, let us know why. What is it about it you don't like? I'm just really curious to know people's perspectives on these things. It might be enough, 7 portions or so. Now it's just a case of taking the hygrophila out. This is going to be really messy because it's got a very significant root structure, as you can see. So I'm just going to, I won't put it all out in one go because that would just cause too much mess, I think. But we'll do a big water change at the end anyway. Massive, really running water change, so it will actually be the water changing automatically until we stop the water. Just pop that on the Sparagornis, it's probably the most robust area, so we don't damage any plants. And then siphon this into my garden. It's actually a really sunny day, so I water the plants as well. So this will go, just put this over to the master layer area, there we go. So now I just connect the end of this hose to my kitchen sink tap. So now the water's filling up and emptying at the same time. So the water's going to be crystal clear. So I had a load of the Crypt Wendyshire green here on the left where my finger is, I don't know if you can see that. A load of it melted back, probably about 2/3 of it. I'm still dropping leaves now, but I think the new growth is stable. Right, so that's all of the hygrophila removed. It'll probably kick up a load more soil when I'm planting as well, because it's quite mature now. It'll be a little bit powdery, as you can see. The HC carpet's looking lovely and thick. Well, thick, but bent, compact. It's a good sign. It's just nice to... It's going to look really great when it's finished. Trim around some of the foreground plants to accentuate the different boundaries, the different, so we're distinct, there's distinct areas where each species is. Although it is pretty obvious to tell now. We'll just see. It's going to be quite brutal with this nymph here as well. It's getting a bit out of hand. It doesn't matter if you cut too much off because it will just grow back as well. It might just look visually not so nice, but that's the balance and what you do as an aquascape, how much to leave, how much to take away to get the overall composition that you want. It's not just about adding stuff, it's about taking it away. Yin and yang. Okay, now we can start thinking about planting the Rotala, which looks like this. Yeah, it's actually been growing in the pot for a good few days at Growing Gardens, and then I've just had it in my tank for about 24 hours now. So I've just got a quick rinse and you can see how many stems are there. And then I'm just going to go a bit unorthodox actually and just prepare it in the tank, and then I'll just follow it out with a big water change. And just pick apart the stems, let them float around the tank, start getting used to their new home. Looks a bit messy at the moment, but we can have fun just tidying it up. So you don't necessarily have to do stem by stem, but groups of 3 or so. Right, it's tweezers. Got my nice ADA pincers here. Absolutely love these. Okay, and then just grab each portion at a time. And then you can be quite brutal with it, you can put it in quite deep. I do like going in deep, I don't know about you guys. Literally in a day or so, you'll start to see it reaching toward the light, phototropic we call that. Excited for this. This is going to be it's got a really nice, welcome, bright red to the tank. I haven't really had any yet. It had crit spiders red for a little while, but it just didn't work out. I didn't think it looked very good in here. Too long in the long term as well. But the plant side might need switching out eventually as well. It depends how tall that gets. Just have to be patient now, wait for it to grow. I reckon it will be a good height in 4 weeks, I'd say, before it starts to really have the impact that I want on the whole picture. In the meantime, all the other plants are going to grow 4 weeks worth, so they'll probably need trimming back, and then that's the process. It's just as each species grows at a different rate, you kind of, we're trying to find a balance between what you want the end result to look like, if even indeed there is an end result, and what you're happy to live with in the day, in the moment. So I think there's a lesson there. It's actually that just enjoy the moment. Actually, just enjoy this bit, the planting. It doesn't have to be fixated on the outcome. Just enjoy the process as well, which is the planting. And then for me, the outcome is showing it off on either a video or a book, a magazine article, a workshop. I might even take this to Malvern with me. In fact, it'll probably be in peak condition for then, which is May. RHS Malvern in Worcester. So hopefully the Rotala will grown in nicely by then. So it's 8 weeks, 6 weeks. It's going to be tricky. So there we go. I might actually give it 100% light. I'm not actually dosing any nitrates and phosphates at the moment. So I'm just dosing premium nutrition from Tropica. So at the moment I'm not seeing any nitrogen deficiencies. All the plants are, they're not pale or yellowing or anything. There's no holes. Oh, that's a bit. All right, Betty, good girl. Still quite a bit to plant. It's good, so much good value. Just one pot, great coverage. And it just looks very short at the moment. It is short, but it will grow. And because it's been grown in like a liquid media in their 1-2 grow cup, it means it's ready to grow underwater. Whereas if you buy a regular potted plant, they've been grown out of water. So when you put them underwater in your tank, they tend to take a little while to adapt. Whereas these have adapted straight away, pretty much. I could, in theory, actually leave the lights on 24/7, the CO2 one. Really give them a boost, add a load of fertiliser. And then I'll pretty much guarantee by tomorrow you'll see some growth. Not really fair on the fish though. So I won't be doing that. That's going to look great. Really happy. This is a relatively new species from Tropica, the Rotala blood red. And it turns red more easily than like HRA or the regular rotundifolia, so definitely something to bear in mind if you want a bit more of a deeper red more easily. At the moment it's like pink, but it tends to, well, depending on your spectrum, because that has an impact on how you see the colour and also how the pigment develops. So it'll be interesting anyway to see. Never really can guarantee these things, which is far from fun, right? I just feel you can't see any of that. Looks great from up here. I'll lift the camera up. So that will grow obviously up. We can shape it to fit the rest of the scope, but I really love it already. I think it's such a great idea to switch out the hygrophila for the Rotala. Let me know what you think. Looking at it, this is too dominant, let's leave here, so let's trim that back. That's better. Okay, now I think I'm going to do the Staragini. So I'm going to go left-handed today. So I'm just going to make it steeper down here. Be careful not to chop shrimp. See, I'm not messing about, just going straight in. Be brave. It's like topiary now. Now some of the under portions will look a bit pale because they've been starved of light, obviously. So it's going to be a bit messy obviously for a while. I'm going to go use my right hand now. And then hopefully the new growth will be even more compact. So over the next few sort of generations of cutting, you gradually get more and more compact. Hopefully, I think that's the idea. This is only the second time I've ever grown Staragini this way. Definitely some pale growth there, but that should spring back to life. Let's make a bit of a boundary with the Marsilea, boundary between the Psophyllum and the Marsilea. do with the shrimp guard really. I think I might move the inlet behind the Sagittaria where it's not going to get, the shrimps aren't going to get caught there. I don't think so much. So I'll just take this to my kitchen sink now and clean it. It's going to take a little while. Alright, so disconnect the glassware. Wiggle it and pull, really easy. So that needs bleaching really because there's quite a significant BBA on the inlet. I might as well just put the outlet and the inlet in the bleach. Leave this connected. You can see all that brown stuff. I can actually get rid of it all without taking these off. So you just unscrew that, and that opens up the valve so you can get the hose brush down there. Alright, so let's put some bleach in the sink here. Top tip, use cold water with bleach apparently, I heard. Makes it more effective. Don't have any bleach here. I do have some spray bleach, that might work. I'll spray it down there. Just get it going to start with. So I just run hot water down there, put the hose brush through. Perfect. I'll give them a really good rinse because I've had bleach. Put the heater back in. The water's a little bit cooler than it was. In film editing there's a thing called kill your babies. It sounds really horrific, but basically the concept is like something that you've spent ages looking after and developing, whether it's editing a movie or growing a plant. You know, killing your babies is like sometimes you just have to get rid of what you might see as something worth keeping because it's beautiful, but you need to get rid of it because it serves the higher purpose of the longer term beauty. God, I'm rambling now, I think. Okay, I think that's the last layer done. Nice, happy with that. Let's get rid of this sterigone, create a clear boundary.